It is the quarterfinals, the first night of quarterfinals in the Trincity Community Football Cup 2025, live on M&ETV. Good evening. We are at the Montague Recreation Ground for the first of two quarterfinal matches. The first night of quarterfinal play, the first night of the knockout. This year's tournament, it's win or go home. And our first game, as you could see on the field at the moment, Castleton 2, who were finished in 4th place in Group B, will be taking on Delamere Avenue, who topped Group A. And if you look at your screens, you could see further to your right, you're going to see, as a matter of fact, you're going to see them entering the field enclosure at this point. The Delamere Avenue players in their yellow and black strips, they only dropped 2 points, a draw to Montague 1-1 draw. Otherwise, their record has not been blemished. But Castleton 2 on the final night on Sunday with a 1-0 win snuck into the quarterfinal placings. They finished 4th and thus earned the right to play in the final 4. As you see, both teams are warming up. There's some final preparations with the teams before they get there. We just want to remind you that this tournament is made possible by the chairman of the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation, Mr. Josiah Austin. He himself had a few touches in this tournament for Dinsley Avenue, who we will see later on in the competition because they finished 4th in Group A, as well as the Honorable Camille Robinson-Regis, the Minister of, the Member of Parliament for the Trincity Maloney area, as well as the NLCB, the National Lotteries Control Board. We have 4 more nights of small goal football here in Trincity at the Montague Recreation Ground. This is the first of 4 nights. We've had 8 match days where we had group play, and we have a win or go home situation starting tonight, continuing tomorrow night. We'll have the semi-finals on Friday night, and the grand final that's going to be played on glorious Saturday right here at the Montague Recreation Ground, where the Trincity Community Cup is being contested. 2025, we see players on both sides who have been very influential in the tournament. We'll see the likes of Kareem Haita for the Delamere team, as well as people like Joel Frazier and Anthony Hobson for the Castleton team. Castleton team scored the fastest goal in this year's tournament, which happened the last game that they played. That was on Sunday night, a goal scored by Akeem Genvi, which they held on to, which caused them to be playing here tonight. Delamere has had a bit of a rest. They haven't played since Friday, so they are well rested. They are hoping that their good form travels into this knockout round. We see both teams being addressed by the referee. We see a nice hug between opposing players. Anthony Hobson there, the number 5 for Castleton, and the number 18, Jamie Lewis. You can see them. And as we know, this is a community cup, so many of the players are very much familiar with each other. But when that whistle blows, it is going to be a battle like none other, because the loser is going to be departing. Might be very far because they're all from Trincity, but they will all be departing nonetheless, only to look on to the remainder of games in this tournament. Eight games remain. This is the first of the 8, the first quarterfinal. We see as the teams look to disperse. The toss has been taken. And just for our viewers, the information is that, well, as you know, Castleton 2 rather, is taking on Delamere Avenue, and in our second game, Castleton, the Castleton 1 team, they will be up against Bolio Avenue. Castleton, who came in second in Group A, will be playing third place in Group B, which happens to be Bolio Avenue. Bolio Avenue, who last played on Sunday night. As we see, we are getting ready for our first action in the quarterfinals of the 2025 Trincity Community Football Cup. Castleton on the ball. They are in the brighter yellow strip. They will be defending the goal on your left. And as the game begins, Delamere Avenue is going to be defending the goal to the right of your screens in the yellow and black strip. And an early goal kick for the Delamere team as that ball bounces over the enclosure. As we saw with the testing of those nettings, see that some remedial work has been done. They have been taking a beating. Delamere is looking to get that ball, trying to get that ball to Mongrou, and Mongrou not getting it cleanly, trying to go forward, but he does get it back. A pass from Mario Springer, who has himself a very good tournament thus far. And that is going to be the trifecta for the Delamere team. Mongrou, Mario Springer, and Heiter. And this ball comes in. Shot comes in from Lewis, but charged down. You see Mario Springer there with the dreadlocks. He couldn't keep that ball in, and it goes for a throw-in for the Castleton 2 team, which was won by Delamere. Here comes Mongrou. Mongrou has room on the right, and he strikes. Comes off Hobson and rolls onto the touchline for a throw-in. Here comes Mongrou, gets it again, and tries to sneak that ball past the big number 18 for the Castleton team, Dwight Hunt, in the back. Here comes Delamere coming forward one more time, and they are trying to press in the Castleton half, but that ball was not controlled, and it goes over for a throw-in for Castleton 2. And that ball is cut out by Hakeem Mongrou, who comes in tonight with a wrapping on his left knee. Maybe injury that he picked up in their last game. Here comes Heiter intercepting this ball and beating his way and striking. A beautiful strike, low and hard. And this is what we've come to expect from Kareem Heiter. He has the power in both that left and the right feet. And he just unleashed the left-footed version of a shot a while ago. You see Mongrou just standing in front of that. Nigel Jack taking the throw-in. Gets it to another Castleton player and try to play that ball forward. But here comes Springer, just knocking it off to Heiter. Heiter just pulling it back, knocking it over, and putting it back to Springer. And a shot coming in again from Lewis. And Lewis is very much a factor in this game thus far. Hasn't a little more than he has been so far in the tournament, and that ball knocked into touch by might be the oldest of the players on the field, Nigel Jack. He's playing at number 14 for Castleton 2. Lewis tries to get that ball inside, and that ball coming off Mario Springer, and Springer saying to himself that he should have redirected that ball into the goal rather than away from it. Instead, it's a Castleton goal kick. Here they come again. I just cleverly nudged that ball on, and Mario Springer comes in with a right-footed shot on target, but charged down. Here comes Mongrou. Mongrou, slightly built individual to a much bigger individual in Lewis. Plays it back for Mongrou. Mongrou here trying to get and almost sneaks that ball past Hunt in the Castleton goal. He retains possession, and that ball was just cut off there by Matthew Barrow, but comes off Springer in the end for a Castleton throw. Joel Frazier just not being on the same page with Anthony Hobson there. And it's a throw back to Delamere. And Delamere keeping that ball in the Castleton half, putting on that pressure, keeping the pressure on. And Heiter just turns very nicely and strikes, and beautifully struck. 1-0. Kadeem Heiter works his brilliance. We just spoke about his left foot, and that left foot has created a bit of magic in the first half of this game. And Delamere, after 5 minutes of play, 1-0 ahead of Castleton 2. And this is what we expect in an elimination situation. We expect that this game is going to be very much more competitive. And here he goes one more time. Just mere a foot or so away. And here comes Mario Springer. Gets it temptingly across to Mongrou, who almost guided that ball in. And yes, Delamere have their tails up. And this ball has been playing dangerously inside of the penalty area for the Castleton team. Castleton in a disarray, courtesy of the left foot of Kadeem Heiter. And here they cut with possession one more time. Heiter has it again, trying to get called for a penalty there, but referee saying no. And here he comes one more time, holds on to that ball, just played by Hobson. He does get it back, but maybe a handball judge there. Castleton plays that ball quickly, try to play it upfield. Lewis plays it out of play, and it's a Castleton to throw it. Barrow playing it back to Williams, to Jack, back to Williams, trying to get it forward to Barrow, but Barrow loses it, and Mongrou plays that ball forward, but it only goes to Jack, and Jack looking to shoot. But again, Barrow just played off the ball, and it goes for a goal kick. Ball played to Kadeem Heiter. Heiter plays it to Mongrou, and Mongrou just knocks it over, and it's beautiful football here from the Delamere team. But here comes the Castleton trying to knock that ball into the path of Matthew Barrow. But between them is Marvin Springer, who puts that ball behind for a corner, which Delamere controls instead of the Castleton team. That ball is played calmly to Heiter. Heiter plays it forward, but it only goes to Lewis. Lewis plays it to Mongrou, and Mongrou centers that ball. And Kadeem Heiter, the threat that he has created so far, and he just puts that ball over the enclosure. And it's a goal kick for Castleton 2. Castleton 2, who might not very well be the best thing to say in their presence, but they have played from behind for most of this tournament, except for that single game that they won on Sunday. That ball was played cleverly by Springer. And that ball just left by Lewis to go for a goal kick for the Delamere team. Delamere now playing that ball. Ball comes off Mongrou. Comes off Mongrou, and it goes into touch. A free kick, rather a throw-in to Williams. Williams trying to turn and trying to shoot. The ball comes off Mario Springer. Goes for a corner for the Delamere team. Delamere the Castleton team. And Castleton trying to get that ball in. And they do continue with the pressure. And Barrow trying to weave his way through and try to center that ball, but that ball is played away by Jamil Lewis. Played to Mongrel, and Mongrel just try to quickly get that ball over to Springer, Marvin Springer. Actually, Mongrel, Jaron Mongrel. And my mistake is actually Nikhil Collymore. He tried to play that ball too. And in the meantime, Mario Springer just doesn't get it on target and puts that ball wide for a goal kick. You see Barrow trying to work some magic, but he loses it. Ball comes off him last, and it's a throw in for the Delamere team, and Delamere trying to place that ball quickly, and Mongrel keeps it in, and almost gets it. And a whistle from the referee for a handball from Akeem Mongrel inside the penalty area of the Castleton team. Castleton just trying to spot that ball. Hobson trying to play that ball long. Does play it long, but he only could get it to Lewis. Springer gets it. Springer try to control. And that ball is knocked into touch by Alistair Williams. Castleton. Again, coming through. And Mongrel can't believe his luck. And Mongrel gets it back. And looking to just play it forward, but trying to knock it into the middle was Jamil Lewis. But he couldn't get it. And that might have been the easiest gift, the best gift in this tournament that Akeem Mongrel might have gotten. That ball just played high. And again, there are three Delamere players in the middle there. But all three converged on that ball and just gave it away. The ball's played to Barrow. Barrow just plays it back to Williams. Williams trying to get that a shot off, but couldn't get the space nor the power. Here comes Lewis, knocking it over for Collymore, knocking it over for Hobson, and goes for a Delamere corner. And for one of the few times in this year's tournament, Delamere is playing without Kareem Haita, who's just taking a breather on the bench. I guess trying to rotate their players in a much equal manner. You see Mario Springer, he might be the one to be pulling those strings for his team. He gets the ball now, plays that ball back to Lewis, and Lewis trying to knock that ball inside. And Collymore trying to play it, and here comes the Springer. And Springer wins a corner as that ball came off Nigel Jack. And try to play it one more time, and in trying to play that ball, annihilates the corner flag. We hear the whistle, and the whistle not for the replacement of a flag, but cause of an infringement. Won by the Castleton team. We see Nigel Jack trying to just make some instructions. See Barrow picks it up. Barrow has had a lot of the possession here for the Castleton team, and they allow that ball to roll out by Jaron Mongrel. Delamere gets another goal kick. It's going to be played quickly, and he plays it to Marvin Springer, who plays it forward to Akeem Mongrel, and Mongrel gets it back very cleverly, and they try to get that ball in, and that ball hopping a little too much for the Delamere liking. See Marvin Springer just playing that ball. Mongrel would be adjudged to committed that foul. As we see Atiba Matchison, he's going to be McCutcheson. He's on the field. He's actually in the wall, the right side. That ball couldn't be held by Alistair Williams. As we joined in the commentary box here by the chairman for the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation, and he's I'm pretty certain that he's gearing up to take the field tomorrow with his Dinsley Avenue team, hoping to influence them in a very positive way, and looking on to see who he might be facing if his team is successful. Right now, it looks like Delamere might be that team. You see Alistair Williams playing that ball over to the right side. That was well taken back by Lewis, by Springer rather. You see Joel Frazier just knocking it back. It's lost again. Here comes Delamere one more time, and Delamere again having a lot of say, but not controlled well by Jermaine Lewis. And a shot comes in, and Anthony Hobson doesn't shoot much. And he does have power on it. He needed to keep it low and had some direction on it for it to make any sort of impact. And you see Akeem Mongrou with one of the few times that he hasn't been. So it's just being informed as the shot comes in here from Marvin Springer. Just learning some of the exploits of some of the players that we have on the field, like Mongrou, Akeem Mongrou, and we can see why he has been such an influence to the Delamere team. Former Super League player. And for those people who might be not familiar with, well, not used to players, he might look a slight, but he's definitely very skillful, and it shows why he is a former Super League player. As he trots back, and here, that's the referee's halftime whistle, and courtesy of Kadeem Haiter, Delamere are leading Castleton 2 by 1-0. Halfway through this first quarterfinal in the Trincity Community Football Cup 2025 here at the Montague Recreation Ground. We'll be back for the second half here on M&ETV. So a 5-minute strike from Kadim Haita separates these two teams. Delamere leading 1-0 over Castleton 2. The Group A winners. They are in front, playing in front as they have been doing for every single game that they've played thus far. Likewise, Castleton too have been playing from behind all their games with the exception of the games that sent them into the quarterfinals. Delamere on the ball, getting ready as we get the second half going. This ball is played in the Delamere half. Players just playing around. This ball just moving away. There we see a goal kick for Castleton, and Castleton moves forward. Jack just played off the ball there. See Delamere takes that through. Haita controls it, plays it forward. The ball is played in the middle, and Haita again, but this time with the right foot. Beautiful centered ball there from Richard Phillip. And Haita just putting it a little too high, a little too wide. This ball played, a goal kick played, and coming off the head of Marvin Springer. Goes for a corner. Castleton wins it and they continue to control, but here comes Anthony Hobson. Springer just plays that ball out into touch for a throw-in. Hobson to take the throw. We see some urgency coming from the Castleton players, but that throw went onto a Delamere head. It just goes over onto the far side for a throw-in, which has been taken already. But Delamere controls that ball again. Castleton wins it. Delamere just plays that ball forward again. McCutcheon. That ball is played in the middle by Haita. It comes off a Castleton boot. Key Morris. You see the corner being taken quickly. Haita plays that ball to the middle. Here we see a turn. And that turn didn't yield anything from Ricardo Lopez, who's getting his first taste of action in this game. Replace one dreadlock player with another. See Mario Springer just sitting out the start of the first half. So you see Ricardo Lopez, he's replaced him, but here comes Antonio Thomas losing all that, but picked up by Nigel Jack, and Jack trying to find one of his players, and not, he's either upset with himself or upset with one of his teammates, but that ball goes for a corner for the Delamere team. Taken, Haita controls that ball and plays it to the middle, and a snapshot coming in from Nickel Collymore, just wide, but it did catch the Castleton players napping. Here comes Delamere one more time. That ball was won by Haita. Haita plays that to Lopez. Ball played back, but Haita control it one more time, trying to get that ball to Collymore. Collymore gets it, beats it, almost beats his man, very cleverly so. See Barrow looking to weave his way into a shooting position, but he's being shepherded off the ball by Nickel Collymore. Collymore at one point in time, while being educated out of the United States at the Texas Wesleyan University, represented them. He's standing in front of this shot coming in from Nigel Jack that comes off Collymore, goes back into the defensive half of the field for Castleton, but Haita picking that ball up, just couldn't get past Hobson. And Hobson forces a goal kick to be taken. He's going to take it himself. He's playing it to, this ball goes to Barrow. Played all the way across the field. So We see Jabbar Muhammad, he's on the field, in place of Alistair Williams. Throwing comes in here for the Delamere team. Easy does it. And ball's going to be played by Collymore all the way to Heiter. Heiter controls that ball on the chest, gets it. And it's being hassled and harried by two players. And it's now a corner for the Delamere team. Hopes of actually a free kick was given. So that ball is played wide from Marvin Springer to Collymore. And Heiter again chases that ball down, controls it. He has been bundled over yet again. Ball is played, and he tries to find one of his players, and see Collymore trying to get it, but again, we see it's the Delamere players just not allowing the Castleton two players to find any sort of comfort on that ball, and they win it rather easily. And another shot comes in, this time again from the right foot of Karim Heiter. Heiter gets a return pass, and he tries another shot. This ball caroms off the defender. Hobson it might be, goes into touch. Hobson gets the throw-in that comes in from a Delamere player. But this ball is centered, but Mohammed couldn't get onto that ball to control it, to do anything with it, and Delamere wins it again. Ball is played in the middle, and again Heiter on that ball, and it seems as though every time Karim Heiter has his foot on that ball, something magical is going to happen. As we see Collymore, as a matter of fact, Jameel Lewis plays that ball forward. Marvin Springer rather plays that ball forward. But it does go for a goal kick for Castleton, which is played away by Quincy Ryan. Ball goes over, and a goal kick is signaled there by the official. As a matter of fact, it has been signaled by both officials. Quincy Ryan spotting that ball. He's the man back, guarding that Delamere goal, and he's been having a pretty quiet night, as we see Hakeem Mongrou coming back onto the field. Ball, Jabbar Muhammad losing that, and going for a Delamere throw-in. It's going to be taken by Marvin Springer. Springer gets it back, puts it to Mongrou, plays it to Heiter. Heiter takes a shot. Up to the challenge. In the back is Dwight Hunt. So we see a change being made there by the Castleton team. We see Joel Frazier coming onto the field. We see Matthew Barrow as well. And here comes Mongrou. Mongrou just trying to center that ball for Heiter. Heiter appreciates the effort. A turn there from Mohammed, plays it back to Hobson. Hobson trying to play that ball long, and it eventually was a wasteful ball, because it's now a goal kick for the Delamere team, played quickly by Quincy Ryan. He plays up the side of on the far side of the field. We see some substitutions here. We see Mongrou playing his way into it. Mongrou gets it back from Springer, trying to just knock it in, and it's a big mad scramble in front of the goal, but that ball, for some reason or another, we have no idea why that ball did not find its way into the goal for the Delamere team to make it 2-0. So we see Springer back onto the field and wreaking havoc as he's back. See Anthony Hobson is over this ball. And Hobson has had Actually, it's a free kick being taken there. Mongrel wins it. Looking for a shot. Gets that shot, wraps his left foot around that ball and couldn't keep it down, but does. Mongrel is not the biggest of players. You see the referee asking that ball come back, and he was tripped up. At least he's not favoring that. Yeah, that shot comes in, but it's from Collymore. Stopped by Hunt at the back. Ball is another turn and goes back upfield. And here comes Springer. Springer looking to get some, and almost tapped in by Mongrel, who was looking on that far post. The ball goes out for a throw. And Mongrel again trying to center it. And again, well guarded. And a shot also coming in from Mario Springer. And by some stroke of miraculous play, Castleton too is still in this game, 1 goal down. Here comes Mario Springer. Springer turns well and bundled over, but no whistle. And Mongrel trying on behalf of his player, his teammate, can't understand why that wasn't called a foul, but referee says play on, and his team still has the ball. Delamere still playing. Ball is up and about, as we see one of the players there for Delamere just hobbling off the field. At the moment, they're playing with 5 men. It's Castleton trying to capitalize on the fact that they have a man advantage, as we see Joel Frazier going to ground. Back to full strength, and a free kick won there by the Castleton team. You see Joel Frazier, who won that free kick, just moving into the penalty area. You see Jamal Mohammed. Mohammed standing over that ball, as we see Alistair Williams making his way onto the field, trying to get that ball. And the handball. Handball, said Nickel Collymore, judged to handle that ball just outside of the penalty area. And it's the Delamere's team, their turn to see, to weather some, a little bit of a storm. This is going to be a critical time in this game. 3 minutes remaining. Delamere leading 1 goal to nothing. You see Mohammed looking to setting himself to strike it. It's a 3-man wall. Looking to blast it. But it, ball falls for Williams. And we see they come away, they counter-attack. And here comes Collymore. Collymore just knocking it to the right, but Lewis couldn't convert. And Castleton gets it away. And that ball rolls up or into the arm of Matthew Barrow. And they give away a handball. Free kick in the middle of the Delamere half of the field. And here comes, ball is coming in. Mongrel again being a big part of what's happening. The ball coming off. Last coming off Castleton player, as it's a corner for the Delamere team. The call has been reversed. They're saying the ball last came off of Mongrel. So it's a Castleton goal kick which they took. You see Jabbar Mohammed. That ball been played. And Jamil Lewis, to take him down, has to take a lot, and he went down. See the number 4, Atiba. McCutchinson. Shot looking to come in. Mongrel almost getting that shot off. Just have about a minute and a half in this game to play, and that ball just gets away from Mohammed. And it might just very well be the end of the line for Castleton. They are still trailing 1-0, and that ball goes to Mongrel, who doesn't collect it cleanly, but he does get that ball inside to the defense. Try to find Heiter there in the middle. He does find Heiter this time on the throw. And for the last 3 times that Kareem Heiter would have taken a shot, he would have been hopping on one on that leg. That might very well be the reason why he has been in and out of this second half. As Delamere wins a free kick, as a corner rather, and it comes in, and it was just knocked, tried to be centered, but Delamere wins it again, and they just play that ball forward, trying to waste as much time as possible, trying to take as much time off the game as possible. And they're cleverly done by Mongrel. Mongrel just trying to knock it off to Heiter, but Hobson was there. Was hoping that he took that ball cleaner. Here comes Heiter just playing that ball to Hutchinson. And Delamere wins another throw-in. No hurry for them. They are leading, just moments away from the final whistle. To see Hutchinson just trying to hold on to that ball, knocks it off to Lewis, and Lewis tries the shot. That ball just bounces up awkwardly for Heiter, and that ball is still scrambled in the penalty area. But a Castleton player gets it away. Ball is going to be placed for a corner for Delamere, which is taken short. And Lewis looking to play that ball inside. And there goes the final whistle. And that indeed is the end of the line of the tournament. Being knocked out in the quarterfinal, Castleton 2, as they succumb to a 1-0 win from Delamere Avenue. So Delamere Avenue is the first team to qualify for the semi-final, and they will be next playing on Friday night. We have highlights. We have game highlights. We see ball being retrieved there as when that ball went to the back of the net, beautifully played. Then a few errant shots coming in as Delamere enjoyed most of the attacking play. You see a goal mouth scramble there, and something even beyond, if there is such a thing, beyond the love of God, kept that ball out, and that was the free kick, that close range free kick that was kept out of the Delamere goal, which kept them in this game. They won this game 1-0. So we get ready to interview a couple of players on either team. Keep it right here. You are on M&ETV. This is the Trincity Community Cup 2025. So we're here across with Nickel Collymore from the winning team for Delamere. You guys are the first team to qualify for the semi-finals. I know it's a good feeling, but was there anything special that you guys had strategized coming into this game?
The main strategy in this game was to score first, because at the end of the day we know that this Castleton 2 team is a more mature team. So there's a team that would have more tried to come out to defend, hoping to play for penalties. So we knew once we were able to score one first, they would come out of their shell and they would have to play football. And that's what we saw in the end of the game, where the entire team was attacking. We were able to get a lot of chances, which we didn't capitalize on. But going forward, we know we have to capitalize on all mistakes that other teams make. At the end of the day, one goal could win a game. So we know we need to score in all games going forward.
You guys had a few days rest. All the teams in Group A basically had some games rest because coming on the last few days, it was generally Group B had to be decided. So how did that affect you guys? Was the rest good? Was the rest bad? How did it affect you guys?
The rest had its pros and cons. It was good in terms of letting know the injuries at the time to recuperate. But the con is that when we started to build a momentum from playing back-to-back games recently, we had a long gap in between. So in the first few seconds of tonight's game, you could have seen that we were a little bit off the game. But as things progress, we were able to get back in touch.
You guys have all the teams seem to have, all the better teams in the tournament seem to have some sort of three-headed monster. You guys have Mario Springer, Kadeem Haiter, as well as you guys have Mongo. All right, how much do you guys lean on their experience, on their play?
Yeah, we lean heavily on those guys on top because at the end of the day, we know in terms of defense, we have one of the best defense in the tournament. So once we could do our part, we know once we give the ball to that trio in front, we're going to get a goal eventually.
Any particular team you guys looking forward to play in the semi-final?
We'll actually like to play Denzi Village, because we played Denzi Village some years ago. We actually won 4-0. So I know they're coming with a vengeance this year. So we'll actually like to play Denzi Village in the final.
Good luck in the semis.
Thank you.
So we're ready for game number 2, the second quarterfinal game here at the Trincity Community Football Cup here at the Montague Recreation Ground, live on M&E television. Defending the goal to the right is Castleton 1. They haven't played since last Wednesday, so they should be fresh. And they're going to be taking on Bolio Avenue, who are in the orange, in their normal orange strip, and they finished 3rd in Group B. But they would really love to shake off the last outing that they had, where they went down 3-0. Subjected them to this 3rd place position, but it's a whole new ball game when you get to the knockout round of a tournament. And on average, they may be one of the bigger, more muscular teams, more physical teams in the tournament. As we see, this ball is being played into touch, and it's a throw-in for the Bolio team. You see the official just sending the player back, and that ball played there by Donald Herbert, one of the smaller members of the team physically. That shot comes in there and goes over for a goal kick for Bolio, played by Dial. Dial just plays that ball forward, trying to find Innes. Yes, intercepted, knocked into touch. It's a Bolio throw-in that comes in. You see Dial and Innes just not communicating there. You see Kayonge just playing that ball forward to Kylonge. Picks it up. Very physical and looking for a shot, and always looking for a shot. And sort of bundling over and just accidentally putting himself in the way between the goal and Dial with a shot. And here comes Herbert. Herbert picks that ball up and knocks it to Innes, and Innes trying to get that ball back to him. And Herbert swifts on the shot. And here comes Marcus Chandul, who has been a thorn in the side of teams that he's played against. Chandul just plays that ball inside, and we see in the pink of Castleton looking to get the better of the orange of the Bolio team. And see Richard Innes, something that he has been trying to do since the beginning, get that shot off, and you can see how powerful that shot is. Left-footed shot. You see Castleton playing that ball out of play, courtesy of Chang. Number 8. See Kayonge trying to play that ball forward, and it goes way over. We see many of the Castleton players have chosen to be referred to by a single name. A lot of Brazilians, like Elba, who had a discussion with earlier on in the tournament, seems to be a big fan of Giovanni Elba, the former Brazilian striker, played for Bayern Munich for all those years. You see Kylonge still hitting that ball off of Marcus Chandul. And again, it's going to happen again. And we hear the whistle. And clearly the Bolio players trying to make a point that the defending team has been a little too close to the ball. You see a free kick won there by the Castleton 2 team. Castleton 1 rather. We see Castleton 2 going down 1-0 to Delamere earlier on in the evening. We see Chang is playing that ball back and trapping himself in a corner, but plays it across the field. That ball intercepted by Kareem Dial, and Dial heads that ball forward one more time, trying to be won by Innes, but Innes just allows that ball to go into touch and takes that throw to Herbert, and Herbert looking for some room, trying to knock it back to Innes, but he couldn't play it into the path of Innes. And it's a goal kick for Castleton. This ball It's already a bit of a frenetic game. Bolio Avenue has shown that they are a very physical team, and they continue to play physical. Foul there on Trayvon. He said that they choosing to be referred to by only a single name, preferably in many of the cases their first name. Trayvon, a very lanky number 14. Chang just playing that ball forward. That ball goes into touch for Bolio. Tossed in by Kion Gay. The ball is played forward, and it's an illegal throw. The player was on the field, Gay was on the field. See Marcus Chandul just playing that ball forward. Not being, you see the physicality of the Bolio players manifesting itself every play. See Richard Innes just carrying that ball, looking to play it to space, plays it to Kayonge, plays it to Kailonge. It's a pretty familiar play on this team. Kareem Dyer loses out and he gets it back to Herbert. Herbert seems to be the man with the quick feet on the Bolio squad. And plays it back. The ball is played across the field by Kieran Daniel. The shot comes in from Chandul. Chandul definitely is going to be a factor in this game. He has been a factor in all the games that they've played up to this point. But they have been inactive for quite some time as the ball goes over for a throw-in. Ball is played to Daniel. Daniel looking to turn. That ball shot comes in, but it does come off the boot of Trayvon. See a throw-in not being taken. Throw-in coming in. Apparently, player was stepping on to the field. You see Chandul playing that ball back. The ball goes to Gay. The ball played forward. A breather to both teams. And it's a goal kick for the Castleton team. The ball is played far forward. Allowed to go for a goal kick. As you see a ball coming off the hand of the defender of the Castleton team, and obviously a lot of protest coming from the Castleton team, and the referee has already pointed to the spot. So Bolio are in with an opportunity to take the lead from the spot, but we have seen misses. As a matter of fact, the first three penalties in this year's tournament went wide of the post. They were not shot at this end. And the shot comes in, and it is indeed wide. Cheryl Villafana, who has scored from the spot previously, he sent that one to the left side. And the Castleton, with all their protesting, they still are in with this game. This game is still scoreless. It can't be that the Bolio players are happy with this swing of emotions It's a violent thing. And here comes Donald Herbert. But Herbert doesn't get that ball to Innes in a position that he would found useful. And Villafana trying to atone for missing that penalty. Almost gets that ball through. But it does go for a throw-in for Castleton. So 1 second, Castleton were protesting the penalty shout. And the next second, Bolio was missing that penalty. We see Kyan Gay just trying to play that ball forward. That ball goes out of play. It's a free kick for the Castleton team. So you see a ball being spotted there. See Daniel just crouching over. Might be feeling the effects of that challenge that he just rode. He's walking to the middle. But that ball is being stood over. Maybe a shot. There are not many players around the ball for the option of the pass. Although we see Trayvon looking that he might be the recipient of that. And he puts himself in the position that he does collect that ball. And turns well. Plays that ball in the middle. And that ball almost spills through. And a shot comes in high. Very, very, very high. And it goes over. Chang just plays that ball over. He knows it. And he could have done better. And it was ambitious to say the least. Here comes Kareem Dial. You see Kylon Gay just playing that ball, and we have 2 balls on the field. So you see the ball has been played off the field. Mystery how that ball came onto the field, because there was no one in the vicinity of where that ball was placed. So you see the official is playing that ball, a drop ball. Donald Herbert collects it. Kyon Gay plays it to Kylon Gay over to the left side, and Gay looking to hold on to that ball. That ball is played into, and Innes was the intended target, but and he does appreciate the effort. Here comes Castleton playing that ball forward one more time. Kareem Dial is heading that ball clear into touch for Castleton. Ball played out by Kareem Gay. Kyon Gay, rather. Goes for Castleton corner. It's played high by Chandu, former player for Police, Marcus Chandu. It's a throw-in. Chandu is going to take that through. Plays that ball across the field to Trayvon. Trayvon loses it. And a high boot, but no whistle. Dial just playing that ball into touch there. So we see some protesting coming from Daniel. Daniel does win the throw. He plays it in. And a foul. Foul on Trayvon. Kareem Dial committing the foul just outside of the penalty area on the right side of the Bolio penalty area. And he's claiming that he was being held. The referee is saying that he only saw that he had been holding Trayvon. See Daniel over this ball. See Kareem Dial and Kylon Gay in this 2-man wall. The shot looks like it's imminent. He plays it well over across to the other side of the field. No direction on the shot. A lot of power. But Bolio wins themselves a throw-in. This is going to take him by Kyon Gay. He's trying to play that ball as far forward as possible, but he does play it to Kareem Dial. Trying to find Richard Innes. Again, Innes acknowledges a very good play. That ball just goes for another goal kick. It's played around by Castleton, but here comes Innes. Innes just tries to poke that one with the left foot, but it was kept out. See Marcus Chandler being bundled over by Ennis himself. And that's going to be a free kick. And Ennis himself, who was booked once before in the tournament. And Chandler seems to be in quite a bit of pain. It was an awkward challenge. And Ennis himself is a very powerful man. Marcus Chandler is not the biggest individual. And we see a yellow card being shown to the Bolio player. So it's all happening here. Very physical team of Bolio they are. And Chandul trying to make his way to his feet, but he's having some difficulty. He does get onto his feet and walks off on his own power, gingerly at that. But he does get off on his own power. Doesn't seem to be, he seems to be very annoyed. But as we see over on the far side there, Richard Innes just sort of apologizing to him, understanding that there was no intent. And he's being replaced by Elba. Elba is on the field right now. Elba, who scored for Castleton earlier in the tournament. As we see Elba his first touch on the ball of the game. He's going to play back to Chang, but Bolio wins it. And that was scored. Herbert beats the defender, and Herbert has given Bolio Avenue the lead in this game in just about the halftime stroke. Just prior to the halftime whistle, we have a 1-0 lead from the Bolio team. They have taken the lead via a shot from Donnell Herbert, and there goes that halftime whistle. Just as Marcus Chandul would have been off the field, no sooner did Bolio have a shot, and they have taken a 1-0 lead going into halftime over Castleton 1. We do have some highlights. You see with our highlights, you see Castleton having a shot, even Bolio having their, and this was a missed penalty. And Shonel Villafana not happy with himself, his team not happy with him. Castleton could have found themselves in a position where they want. This was a goal. Some nifty footwork and some sketchy defending, which has given us the scoreline that we do have now. Bolio Avenue 1 and Castleton 0. We'll be back for the second half here at the Montague Recreation Ground in the Trincity Community Football Cup 2025 on M&ETV. Both teams are back on the field for the second half of this second quarterfinal in the Trincity Community Football Cup 2025. Castleton in the pink strip defending the goal to our left. They are trailing Bolio Avenue 1-0. Bolio are playing in their normal orange strips. And they took the lead through Donnell Herbert just at the stroke of halftime. You see the officials making their way back into the enclosure. It's going to be very interesting. Bolio missing a penalty. And now still leading by 1-0. It's going to be a very interesting 15 minutes to finish off this quarterfinal. If for any reason this game is tied after the next 15 minutes, we see the shot coming out off of the whistle. We are going to go into sudden death penalty kicks. We've already seen a penalty missed tonight. And you see Richard Innes, his second shot, and we see that his shots are loaded with power. It's yet to be directed in the proper area. They do win a corner taken by the goal scorer, Donald Herbert. Herbert, who has played for Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Innes plays that ball with the left foot and plays that ball across the field. Might have come off Castleton player. It did come off a Castleton player. See that ball being thrown in. And won by Castleton, but it comes off a Bolio player. Comes off James Brown. We haven't seen much of James Brown in tournament so far. But he is on the field. So you see Richard Innes trying to find, he does find Brown. Looking to find Innes. Innes gets it back. Plays that ball to Kion Gay. Gay plays that ball off. It does come off Gay. Coming off of Chang, actually. And Gay wins the free kick. Herbert is the turn and play and shoots. And gets it on target. And Jerry, who's at the back for Castleton, the silver-haired Jerry, just keeps that ball out and keeps the deficit at 1 goal. See Brown just plays it, throws it back to, and there's no Kylon Gay on the field. See Innes just goes to ground and knocks over one of the Castleton players. Innes was the recipient of that yellow card for that challenge on Marcus Chandul late in the second half. Moments just before they would have scored. The ball is played into the middle. It's played all the way out. It's a goal kick for Castleton that they try to play early. See Seeley picking this ball up and plays it to the middle to Daniel. Ball is picked up by Elba, but to Seeley. Seeley tried to just flick that ball over the head of Kion Gay, but Kion Gay is an imposing figure. Needed much more than what he just did. That ball goes for a goal kick for Castleton. You see Kareem Dial, who has been having a very good tournament so far. The ball is played to Innes. Innes trying to hold that ball, keep it in, and he does keep it in successfully. Trying to get that ball to Brown. He plays it well. Herbert looking for the space. Bangs that ball off Seeley. Goes into touch. Throw in for Bolio Avenue. Plays that to Innes. Innes turns very, very well. Gets it in the middle. But that ball is played away by Jerry. Into touch. Plays Herbert. Trying to get that ball and doesn't get that ball around. And it's a goal kick for Castleton. play that ball wide to Trayvon. Trayvon plays it to the middle. The ball comes off Chang. Chang plays it to Sealy. Sealy controls, looks for the pass. Pass goes to Daniel, but it's cut off. And here comes Sealy. Not getting it. The ball to Brown. Kylon Gay is on the field. Plays that ball long. Cannot get it to Innes. Innes. Here comes Kylon Gay. Wins that very well, and he doesn't need much to shoot. And Kylon Gay just shots that ball coming off of Chang. Kylon Gay trying to get it to Kylon Gay. Kylon Gay looking to shield that ball and turn. Herbert looking to score a second goal, but that ball comes off and it goes to Chandul. Chandul strikes too high, too wide. Goal kick for Bolio Avenue. And Marcus Chandul seemed to have shaken off that knock that he got just before halftime. See Kylon Gay trying to play that ball forward. The referee had to take evasive action. They come one more time, Castleton, but run off the ball again by Donald Herbert. The ball was played forward by Kylon Gay. He's looking to take a breather. Sealy looking to play that ball to Elba. Elba plays it up the line. Sealy gets it back. Sealy looking to, but nothing happening. And Brown looking for a shot. Finds Donald Herbert, and Herbert looking for a shot. Herbert does take the shot. And almost reminiscent of what he did just before the half. But a keen eye on that ball was Jerry, who's there at the back. And he just looks at that ball as it goes harmlessly wide. It's played to Jerry, and Jerry tried to get that ball further up the field to Marcus Chandul. And for one of the first times of this game, both Chandul and Elba are on the field. A free kick won there by Marcus Chandul. Chandul looking to maybe play it to Elba, maybe play it to Sealy, or shoot it himself. Can he find a spot? He plays it to Elba, but Elba's a little too wide. Too wide for Elba. Might have not have been expecting that ball. We see that ball being played, and we see Kylon Gay looking for the slightest of openings. It's been closed down. We played back to Kylon Gay. Kylon tried to turn, gets it back, try to play that ball forward. He does play it forward, comes off Castleton player, actually comes off Kylon Gay. So he take the free kick, the throw in. And Elba trying to knock that ball into position. Trayvon has it. He's trying to win it, but it's difficult task trying to get that ball off Kylon Gay, who wins it. Brown has it now, trying to push that ball forward. Kylon Gay tried to play it to Brown, and Brown gets it back to Gay. Gay gets it to Kylon Gay, plays that ball forward to Donald Herbert. And Herbert wins it back. A pair of slightly built individuals in Gay and Chandul clashing. And Chandul being called for the foul. Been spotted there by James Brown. Brown, since he's come on, has had a lot to do, and he strikes that ball. Ball comes off the dial. Kylon Gay looking to send that ball forward. Only to Elba. Elba picks it up, looking for Sealy. Couldn't get him. Herbert looking to spring James Brown, but he does beat his man, and he gets it to Brown. And Herbert on the far side looking for a free kick, but in the meantime, a foul from Kylon Gay on Marcus Chandul. And a little bit of extracurricular activity over there on the far side, but a foul and a free kick for Castleton in the meantime. We did expect that this second half was going to be a physical affair, and it hasn't disappointed. The football is good, the physicality is good, and everyone around this ground keenly looking on to see what is going to happen over the next few minutes. For now, and there's a red card for one of the Bolio players on the bench. We're unsure of who. It might very well be Richard Innes, who was booked earlier on in the game. And that could be a big blow to the Bolio team, who are still leading this game 1-0. But here comes Marcus Chandul with this free kick. And Chandul is striking, coming off Donald Herbert. That ball goes into touch. So it's the first red card in the tournament. And it would mean that we still are unsure who this card was shown to. We more believe it's Richard Innes, the number 9, because he had been cautioned earlier. So he has no further involvement in this game. This ball played up by Daniel to Seeley, and Seeley gets it over to Chandul. Chandul pulls it down. Gets that ball, plays it across to Elba. Elba controls and he strikes. And might have been better served if he would have struck that ball like the real Giovanni Elba back in the 1990s. And here comes Kylan Gay. Kylan Gay doesn't need, and that ball goes in. That ball has been judged to have gone in. That ball just crosses the line according to the referee, and again controversy is shrouding this game. Referee has signaled that that ball has scored, and for the moment Bolio Avenue are running away with this, the second quarter-final game. And we see the Castleton players surrounding the referee, but the goal stands. A shot coming in from Kylan Gay. Actually, it has been overridden that there has been no goal. It's a throw-in for Bolio Avenue, and the Bolio players are very much annoyed by the decision. And they might have very well be incensed if not for the fact that they lead 1-0. So controversy, again, with just about 5 more minutes remaining in this game. As we see Jerry try to play that ball forward, try to get it to Seeley, but no one could control that ball, and it goes over the end line for a goal kick for Bolio. As he try to play that ball forward to Brown. Goes into for a goal kick. Here comes Daniel, turns well, but he loses out to Gay. And Gay shoots and almost gets that ball into the goal, because that's what Gay does. Shoots it from everywhere, and he shoots it low and he shoots it hard. Chandul just tries to get that ball into the penalty area, but it goes for everything, and it goes for a Bolio goal kick. Ball is going to be played long. See Herbert, who has been very much involved, and he has the goal that separates the game. He loses out, and he does win a throw-in for the Bolio team. He is by far the smallest of the Bolio players. He's also by far the quickest. Right now, he's the most important. Here comes Elba. Elba trying to knock that ball back to Jerry. Jerry plays that ball forward, and it goes all the way to the other end for a goal kick for Bolio. Chandul not happy with something with his teammates. He's letting them know this is going to be a tense few minutes to end this game. This ball goes to Elba, and Elba shoots one more time, but he can't seem to keep it low enough to trouble the defense of the Bolio team. Bolio Avenue, who has had some indifferent play so far in the tournament. They are leading, and Jerry, probably a mental error there. Just should have allowed that ball to go out, but it does come off his left leg, and it goes for a corner for the Bolio Avenue, something that the Castleton players could have done without at this late stage. But here comes Herbert standing over this corner and plays it, and it comes off Jerry. And Jerry stands his ground. Ball hit him square into the face on the left side, but he's a trooper. Here's that ball, comes forward again, and a shot comes in. A shot comes in high from Kevin Lewis, who just came onto the field. As we see Elba looking to move forward, trying to get that ball to Seeley. He gets it back to Elba. Elba holds on to it, keeps it in to Jerry. Jerry tries to play that ball forward, and almost a double from Herbert, who held on to that ball. That ball's played to Daniel. Daniel for Castleton, playing forward to Elba, and Elba loses out to Lewis, but here comes Daniel to win it back, and Daniel plays it out. And it's actually coming off Lewis. It's a free kick. Daniel trying to play quickly, but Elba has it, and he's looking to play that ball, and he plays it to Jerry, plays it back, looking to play it back to Elba. Elba looking to move it forward to Daniel, and Daniel plays it all the way across the field to Seeley. And Seeley looking for a shot, but can't win it. He won by Dial, and Dial plays it up to Herbert. And now the half is flooded with orange shirts. We see the pink shirts are back on defense, and Herbert just looking to play that ball, keep that ball away. And that is the end of the game, and it's 1-0. Bolio Avenue knocking out Castleton out of the Trincity Community Football Cup 2025 in the quarterfinals in a highly controversial game, but a very excited game at that. Here at the no shortage of action here at the Montague Recreation Ground on the first night of quarterfinal play, as Bolio Avenue advances to the semifinals, beating Castleton 1 by 1-0. Let's go to the highlights. You see shots coming in here from the Bolio team. Castleton had their opportunities as well. This is another one for Bolio. This is where the penalty shout was, and this was a penalty that was missed in the first half. But just moments after, we had a situation where Marcus Chandol was injured, and this is the goal. A beautifully played ball, just eluding a defender and just knocking it home, was Donnell Herbert. And we go to the second half, where you see Marcus Chandol trying. You see Donnell Herbert just working his way. He had a lot to do with it. Kylon Gay, that ball was adjudged at first to be a goal, but eventually it was overturned. As we see Kylon Gay taking another shot. And in the end, the team wearing the orange strips, the Bolio Avenue squad, winning by 1-0. We get ready for the interviews that we're going to be doing shortly. He interviewed Kylan in the past. Donnell, that was a ridiculously great goal in the first half. What was going through your mind? Because just at that point in time, we had a bit of controversy with Marcus Chandul being injured. But at that point, what was actually going through the team at that point in time?
At that point in time, that was the turning point for because what happened is now you unbalance the team. The team lose focus. So from there, I just took my opportunity, used my speed to my advantage, and executed. And all I have to say is, sometimes it don't go your way. But when it does go your way, great is the bees.
But before we go to Kylan, I need to ask you about this. The controversial no goal that was given by the referee. Goal or no goal?
From what I saw was a goal, but not all the time referees get it right. So, you can't blame them. They're working hard, they're coming out there and putting out their part just as us. So, you know what? Kylan, I'm sorry, but my goal had to take it today.
Kylan, we've had this chat before, all right? And and like we've seen, you're a very physical player. You're a very intense player. I can't imagine what was going through your mind when it is you got the information that the goal was disallowed. But take us through those few moments.
Well, from the time the shot left my foot, I know it was destined for the back of the net. Right? It hit the side of the post, it went in. The refs didn't get it right today. I was a bit upset. I just used to just channel our energy during the game to work hard again, to get back defensively and stay focused so that the goal that Donnell scored would have took us through, and that's what happened today.
So you guys, this probably would have been one of the better games that you guys would have played. So I know you guys would have been satisfied given the fact that this was a knockout game. All right, so in forward, how do you guys intend to approach it? Because obviously it's going to be more intense going forward.
Going forward, our approach is to stick to plan. We came out in the last game we lost 3-0. That was against Kane Farm, and tonight was a good rebound for us. The only thing we was able to straighten out some loose ends, and because of the discussion that we had, a long, lengthy discussion, it worked out today, so we're thankful for that.
You guys in the semi-finals, is there any particular team that you would like to play in the semi-final?
Not really, no. Anybody in front of us, we come out to play football, we come to win. So expect us to come hard, expect us to be physical, expect us to come shooting. That's it.
Kylan, Donnell, good luck in the semi-finals. Right. So we have Jonathan Chang, the Castleton 1 team. It's a hard luck this afternoon. It's not one of the games that, if you have to lose that game, this is not the game that you guys expected to lose. And you guys played really good up until this point. So describe the disappointment.
Well, we went into the tournament with Bolio in mind, and I think before the game, they defeated us mentally because this feel like our kryptonite. Every time we get to the semi-final, quarter-final round, we bounce up. Bolio is always penalties, we lose them. So I feel like we beat ourselves mentally before the game, and it showed on the field. Like, we never get to put the ball down, and football we was playing for the rest of the tournament. And just how the cookie crumbled tonight.
When that goal scored, just moments before that goal scored, maybe the most influential player, Marcus Chandul, did that affect you guys in any way?
I believe it affected us mentally. We was playing emotional. So normally we do a thing from free kicks where I would probably roll it to Chandul, and then he goes to receive the return pass. But him off the field and Elba coming on, which is our leader, I entrusted Elba in giving it, and then it had a little miscommunication, and Donnell take the chance and score. But I feel like the foul really did play a mental part more than a physical or a tactical part.
Well, you guys, like we said, played really good football. Even tonight, you guys played good football. It just was on the wrong side of result. As a matter of fact, it was the first loss that you guys had for the tournament, and so it must sting a little bit. So I imagine that the feeling in the camp is not the best. You could describe that for me?
Yeah, everybody a little bit distraught. We missed some key players tonight, like Osborne, Keenan Osborne. We missed Nico, who scored the last BEAULIEU scored. We miss my older brother, who is normally an energetic defensive player. So we going into the next, watching the rest of the games with a little bit of regret that we didn't have them, but the team that came out to play was the best team on the night, and they deserve to win.
Well, That's just how the cookie crumbles. All right, so it was a nice. Good luck going forward.
Next one, not this Tano going forward.
We know that. Next one. Because this is a community tournament, so this is something that you guys usually look forward to. So good luck in the next one.
Yeah, we're getting older, so we'll try and groom our sons and brothers to come up and represent us in the next one.
Thanks again, Jonathan. So that was Jonathan Chang interviewed for Castleton 1, and that brings us to the end of the first night of quarterfinal play here at the Montague Recreation Ground. We're on M&ETV. We're going to be back here to broadcast the third and fourth quarterfinals tomorrow night from 9 p.m. here at the Montague Recreation Ground. So for the crew at M&ETV, we say good night and goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow.